This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You are watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Right, so Eddie Hearn has said that he's had an approach from a very, very wealthy individual that is willing to fund the entire Fury Joshua, or Joshua Fury, however, the entire show in his or her own country. Now, what individual is this? Take your pick. There's so many out there. Of course, I mean, we would look at billionaires. We could look at Saudi Arabia. Of course, there's plenty over there. Obviously with the royal family and that as well. We could go over to China, go over to Japan, many different places in the Far East. We could even look at, say, certain parts of Africa. We could look here in the UK. We can look over in America. There's so many different places you can go. You got Ortega, for example, in Spain. Could this fight happen in Spain? Could Elon Musk, could he want to fund this particular event in South Africa? Would Bill Gates want to put it on in America? There's so many different ways. Maybe it's a very, very wealthy person who wants to put it on his own island. I don't know. Maybe it's Richard Branson. Who knows who it could possibly be? Prince Harry. I don't know. So, I mean, we could guess until the cows come home which individual is going to be. But one thing that you can really take from this is that I know that a lot of people have been a little bit concerned or questioning, are there funds enough in order for Fury and Joshua? As we know, there's been the talk of that these guys are going to earn £100 million each. 100 million each. Because Bob Arum put it out there that he estimated that they would earn 100 million each. Eddie Hearn said, yeah, probably. No idea what Frank Warren said about that. But they've already kind of planted that seed in the mind of Fury and Joshua to earn 100 million each. So Fury and Joshua are going to say, okay, cool. Who's going to pay us 100 million each then? Maybe more. Who? And this individual, whoever it is that Eddie Hearn's talking about, seems to be a case of numbers are not an issue. Whatever numbers that Eddie Hearn was mentioning or speaking to this individual about wasn't a problem. So clearly there are people out there willing to pay for this fight. So that's probably the biggest obstacle out there, because a lot of people have been a little bit concerned. Obviously, the entire world has been going through a transitional period, especially at the minute due to the pandemic and that. And obviously a lot of countries are going to be wanting to put their resources, their finances into their own health system, into the vaccines and whatever else. Okay, so money is restricted in these times compared to what it would have been, say, 18 months ago, for example. So I understand a lot of people have been a little bit concerned about saying, well, is there really anybody out there who's willing to put on this event? Especially due to maybe lack of crowds. But if this individual is willing to fund the entire event, of course, he's going to be a businessman, isn't it? Of course, he's not just going to do it as a side hobby. He's going to want to try and make some money back himself. So he's going to have a plan to say, okay, in this particular arena, we're going to need some kind of crowd, at least. But it does sound that this individual, whoever it is that he or she may be, is going to front the bill anyway. And anything that happens after then is just probably just going to go to his or her account, isn't it? So if they make money back, great. If they don't, oh well, they took the risk. And that's great, isn't it? Obviously, you've got the pay-per-views on top of that. So any kind of pay-per-views, obviously a cut of that is going to have to go to the investor of this event. So that's great stuff. I mean, another way to look at it as well, it does seem to be, and I don't know whether it's true or not, it does seem to be that in order to find the location, it seems to be on Eddie Hearn's shoulders. I mean, what's the involvement with Frank Warren and Bob Arum? Are they doing their bit? Or maybe they have collectively agreed that Eddie Hearn will do this. Maybe he has better contacts. I don't know. I mean, I would find that a little bit hard to believe, considering Bob Arum has been around since I don't know when. He's been around for a long time, so he will have a hell of a lot of contacts with different people in different countries, especially in, say, like Japan and China and places like that. So he will know a lot of these people, but maybe they've just agreed that Eddie Hearn will take the lead on it all. So Bob Arum, Frank Warren will sit back and relay to Tyson Fury and the team to say, okay, this is where the possibility of the fight. Are you interested in that? And then they'll just relay back to Eddie Hearn to say yes or no, or whatever it may be. Again, I'm sure that MTK Global have a lot of contacts as well. Okay, so either way, is it all on Eddie Hearn's shoulders? I mean, maybe. Again, I mean, he's really the one who's talking a lot about it. But this individual is positive news that at least there is somebody out there willing to fund it, and money is not an issue. Where's it going to be? I mean, I was told where it was going to be, about 3 weeks ago, pretty much from the horse's mouth. But is it going to happen there? Who knows? I mean, things will change from one day to the next, which is kind of why I haven't said where I was told where the country will be. Once it's officially announced, I'll tell you what country it was, whether it turns out to be that country or not. What I will say is it wasn't in the UK. But anyway, there's so many billionaires and businessmen and women around the world, you can just take your pick as to what country it could be in. It could have been a country that you haven't thought of before, that nobody's really thought of before. But of course, I think most people probably look towards automatically the likes of Saudi Arabia or Qatar or Dubai or China or places like that, America and that, of course, as well. But it could just be a country that you probably go, I haven't even heard of that country before. Because there's a hell of a lot of countries out there. There's hundreds of them. So who knows? Who knows? In time we'll find out exactly where it's going to be. Will it be this individual? Maybe. Maybe. But worst case scenario, this individual is willing to pay for it. So that's great news. Which means we are probably going to get this fight, right? Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.